If today your country just decide to do something that it's against what Americans does, what they're gonna do is they're going to devalue your currency. And how do they do that? They use IMF, they use World Bank as well to devalue your currency. I was just talking with one of the delegates from South Sudan, and she was telling me how much IMF and World Bank has been devaluing the value of their money. So right now, they're looking forward to use a completely different system, which even myself, I think Africa, we should not focus on dollar, we should not focus on all this monetary money, but we should focus on the resources we have, like using gold, using diamond, using all these resources that is far way better than the paper money that we're using. You guys have seen what was happening with Ethiopia. You've seen the backlash, and we started with no more movement. Today you see here in Kenya, you see what is happening. You have seen how Yoweri Kaguta Museveni standing against the LGBT rights. You've seen what happened before, man, in Zimbabwe. You've seen that. You know what happened, man? They're going to devalue your currency. Today in Zimbabwe, the economy is struggling there because they messed up their currency. They devalue their currency. Why are we giving power to these people? Why are we giving power to IMF and World Bank? The reason why most of our leaders cannot move because they have taken so much loan from IMF and World Bank that they cannot even speak against it. Because if you dare to speak against it, what's gonna happen is they're gonna devalue your currency. That's why we need to have a common currency. That's why African Union actually should learn from him and start implementing those things. We don't need vision of 2063. What the hell is that? Man, 2063, do you know from now until 2063, it will be 40 years from now? Most of you guys, I will be 70 years of age. If God will give me that long to live, I'll be 70 years of age. Most of these guys, they ain't gonna be alive. Most of guys who are working in the African Union, they're not gonna be alive. What does that mean? Whatever they're working on right now is not for them. So they don't see the urgency of doing it as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? But if we say that we need this in 10 years from now or in 5 years from now, there'll be an urgency of working hard. There'll be an urgency of giving everything they can so that we may achieve this. But 2063, are you kidding me? 40 years from now? We don't have that time. We don't have that luxury of time. Our people continue to die. Look at Sudan, people are killing one another. Look at everywhere across the continent. Look at Ethiopia. Look at Congo. Look at all these kind of things are still happening. There's an urgency of having one Africa right now. There's an urgency of having common currency right now. There's an urgency of having one passport right now. There's an urgency of having the phone code, the similar phone code for the entire continent right now. There's an urgency to have the new monetary financial system that is going to work for both of us freely and fair. It's no longer the time for Africa to stay behind and to clap their hands and to ask and beg. No, it's the time for Africans to sit at the table and to detect. That's why I love Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, regardless of their weaknesses and what they have not achieved. But I love and I value their opinion. People who stand for Africa no matter what. That's why I love R.I.P. John Pombe Magufuli. I love him for what he stood for the spirit of Africanism that he raised in all of us. Man, Magufuli, he was just gone 2 years ago. He was gone 2 years ago for what he stood for. What are we going to do, Africans? What are we going to do, African diaspora? And stop being scared. People, we are ready. We are ready. Youth, African youth, we are tired. We are exhausted. We are angry and hungry for change. When are you going to wake up and tap in this momentum? Amen. And these are scary things people they usually don't talk about. What are we going to do? Regardless of your tribe, your religion, your stand for whatever, may God bless you. Swahili Nation, one Africa, one passport.